Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to Mommy Trader, welcome. On this channel, I am just documenting my family's journey to financial independence, and we plan on inspiring and motivating as many people as possible to join us on this journey. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. So on today's video, I have a really good one, guys. It's a topic that you really don't hear a lot of people talking about, whether it's in the financial independence, retire early community, whether it's the investing community, whether it's just overall building wealth. And that's some of the mistakes and pitfalls that we find ourselves in. And so I wanted to talk about some things that my husband and myself, mostly myself, if I'm being honest, have found ourselves in and how we fixed it, because I really think it's so important to present all sides of this. Sometimes things just don't go the way you plan. Sometimes you find yourself doing things you normally wouldn't do, like comparing yourselves or putting too much pressure on yourself, and how you can fix that. Because again, guys, this journey, this path that we're on is supposed to yield positive fruit for us. And if we find ourselves doing things and reacting to things in a negative way, then we really have to step back and first of all figure out where we went wrong and to get those things right, because otherwise it's going to derail your journey. And the thing is, we want to stay on this journey so that we can achieve our goals. So let's get into this video. The first thing that we were doing was putting too much pressure on ourselves. Granted, in this financial independence retire early community, there's so many different caveats to it, and sometimes I think when you see what others are doing, it can cause you to put too much pressure on yourself. And it's not supposed to be this burden. This journey is not supposed to be burdensome to you. It's supposed to make you wiser and smarter with your finances, but it's not supposed to yield this type of negative energy, okay? And one of the things that we found ourselves doing, and we've been on this journey for about a year and a half, one of the things we found ourselves doing, especially towards the beginning of this, was comparing ourselves. I mean, come on, let's just be real, right? You see a lot of people online or on TV or wherever, and you start to think, oh my goodness, if they can put $5,000 a month to this, then I have to be able to do that too. And the thing is that your situation is not like their situation. But again, guys, remember, we are only being presented with what we want, what those people want us to see. And again, guys, that's one of the reasons behind my channel, is I try to show all sides of it. When the accounts are down, I try to show. When I'm buying stocks, I try to show with all types of money, just the good and the bad. And that's really important. The second thing is following too many people. Now, I'm not saying you can't support a whole lot of people, but if you're on a specific journey is what I'm talking about, and you are following 100 fire people, that can create a lot of pressure as well, because you have 100 different people. Now, granted, we may say, oh no, we're not, but subconsciously, a lot of times we are doing or comparing ourselves to these people, just like keeping up with the Joneses. You don't realize it sometimes that you're buying things, that you're doing things, that you're going places because other people are doing it. And a lot of this is psychological. It's really where we have to stop and check in with ourselves and say, okay, am I allowing too many outside influences to impact the journey that I am on? Remember, guys, it's about your specific situation. And also too much time, just general, online. One of the things that I had to do about a couple years back is limit my time online. So if I'm on Instagram, I will try to get on like once or twice a day, pick a time, that way I can go on and support my favorite people, leave comments, hearts, different things like that, like videos. But all day just kind of scrolling, I found myself just wasting hours just scrolling, because it's like never ending information. And again, limiting myself to being online for just a short time and using it other time to research, to read, to listen to podcasts, just different things that helps me to become not just a better investor, but better with my finances overall. So that was one thing that we did that was a mistake. The second thing was having lofty goals. Sometimes we have these big, gigantic goals. Now, I'm not saying aim and shoot for the stars. I'm saying that you can't tell yourself, I'm just starting this journey on a Monday and I plan to have the same net worth as Warren Buffett on a Friday. That is like really unrealistic. Now, can you win the lottery? Can you get an inheritance? Yes, but 9 times out of 10, we have to set realistic goals. And the great thing is that you can create long goals for yourself, long-term goals, and also short-term goals. Break those long-term goals down into bite-sized pieces. It will become more realistic. You'll be able to track your progress. It'll give you motivation on this journey. And it makes you feel good seeing, okay, I checked this box off, or I colored this in. It really is motivating. And the second thing is just doing, like you're just sprinting. You just start off running and you're not really setting a nice pace for yourself. You sprint and you get tired and you get fatigued and you get bored with it. But rather you want to go at a pace that's comfortable for you. I always recommend start slow and just build on that. You don't have to, for example, invest $1,000 a month. Start with $100 and then you can just slowly build from there. But again, that was one of the mistakes that we made as well. Next is not having any patience. I'm sure many of you can attest to this. You invest and you just expect to see 100% gains the next day. Unfortunately, the stock market does not work like that. Now, granted, you can day trade, you can swing trade, but if you are a beginner on this FIRE journey or just wealth building journey, you need to have patience, okay? Remember, Rome was not built in a day. It takes time. And one of the things that made us not have any patience at the beginning of this process was not having a plan. We didn't write down, we didn't have a why. Like, why are we doing this? Or an end goal. Like, okay, we have our why now. What's the end goal? What are we trying to achieve when this is all said and done? There was no plan. And also we gave ourselves too many options. We needed to kind of pick a couple. 5 is great, and just really try to focus on those 5 in terms of your journey, whatever type of journey you want. This could even apply to debt freedom. This can apply to saving more, investing more, FIRE movement. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Just really breaking that down and just giving yourself a small amount of things to focus on, and then you can adjust or build from there. And next is that we had to really understand that patience is vital, okay? Once we started trying to hurry things up in our own way, we were messing up more. We were screwing up. And again, this is our hard-earned money, okay? We are not rich over here. We are trying to build wealth, and that means we need to be wise with our choices. We need to be intentional, and we need to be patient. That is like super important. Next is how we fix this. So I admitted and told you guys, okay, what we fell prey to on this FIRE journey. Now, how did we fix these things? The first thing we had to do is we had to have a coming to Jesus moment. We had to have a heart-to-heart with ourselves, me mostly. I had to admit that yes, I was doing these things, and because I was able to admit it, it gave me the space, the mental space, the spiritual and emotional space to not just stop doing it, but overcome it, right? We want to make sure we overcome the mistakes and pitfalls that we find ourselves in. The next thing is to create realistic goals for ourselves and our situation. I have several internet friends that are single, that aren't married, that don't have children, and that is great, and I'm always cheering them on. But my specific situation is not like that. I have a family. I started this journey late. I'm not in my 20s. I have a special needs son. I have my goals, and the plan for FIRE for us is going to look different, okay? And you have to tell yourself that my journey may not be. Now, all journeys are good, but trying to make your journey like someone else's where we go wrong, where we went wrong, and that's why we fixed it. Next is to continue educating ourselves, and I mentioned this by reading and listening to podcasts. Sometimes when you're just scrolling and you're seeing every person in the FIRE or budgeting or debt-free community just kind of posting all the good stuff, it can kind of make you feel like you're not doing as much, and as a result, stop. But rather, we like to read, we like to listen to podcasts, audiobooks. These are just really great things to help build our internal stamina when it comes to being wiser with our money. Next thing is something that I have been doing on this channel, especially as of late, and that is to document both, or not both, but the good, the bad, and the ugly. I already mentioned I show videos when our accounts are down. I show videos when I'm investing. I just put one out, $11. I show videos where I'm investing a couple $100, just trying to cover all the spectrums, because one of my passions is really teaching others and showing others that this is possible, no matter how much you make, no matter where you come from or your background, okay? And filming these investing videos, is so important, because I think sometimes, especially when I started my channel, I was just posting like here and there, my net worth was up this much, or, I was able to save this much, but I really wasn't documenting the process. And I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys some insight into how I came to these conclusions and what I'm doing and what's going on up here in my head. Why am I buying this? Why am I investing this? And giving you tips and advice on what you can do as well. Because again, I always say, I do not want to just get to the promised land. I want as many people, I want a lot of first generation millionaires to get to the promised land as possible, so that we can do better for our families, that we can leave them something, leave them in a position much better than what we found ourselves in. And remember, guys, what's most important is that personal finance is personal. I say this all the time. Personal finance is personal. Your situation, your goals, your plans is for you. You are not, building wealth for someone else. It's to document and maybe inspire others, but again, at the end of the day, you are the ones that got to sign on a dotted line, and you want to make sure that what you're doing is the best for your particular situation. And the great thing is, if you find a lot of people that you really, really look up to, take the golden nuggets, take the meat of what they're saying and just apply it to your situation. Don't say, okay, well, they are saving $1,000, they are investing $1,000, they are paying off $1,000, so I got to do the same. But rather, if they say, I cut back, I did a no spend challenge, that's how I was able to do this, take that. Okay, I will do a no spend challenge and see how much I can save. That is what I am talking about. Next is that there is way more to life than budgeting, saving, and even investing. This FIRE journey is supposed to be one that we are enjoying ourselves on, that we are enjoying seeing the progress. But also, I have a family. My daughter is going to high school. We were just figuring out her high school classes yesterday. She's going to have sports and proms and activities. Now, I'm not saying she has to do everything, but I want to make sure that when she looks back, because these 4 years, people have been telling me, are going to go by fast, and before we know it, she's going to be graduating. And I want her to look back, and I want her to remember that mom just wasn't about penny pitching, but rather we were enjoying time together. And she's also starting to watch my channel, hey baby, and it's helping her with her finances, so that when she gets to college, she'll be, again, even better off than what I was when I was 18. That's what I am looking forward to, is just going on a trip with the kids. And credit card hacking is a great way to go on a trip for, a cheap price, but still just enjoying life, picking up a pizza, picking up takeout sometimes, creating a budget for that now so that we don't go overboard. But you guys, you get what I'm saying, right? And lastly, just celebrate the wins. If you are able to save, pay off or invest like $10, $100, celebrate that, guys. Do not think that because it's just this little bit amount in someone else's eyes that it doesn't matter. I love seeing people invest with $100, $50, because it's so motivating to me to see that, people are really stepping into this. They are really serious about this. They really believe that they can attain wealth too. And that's one reason why I love posting videos about that, showing me doing it as well, because again, I want to inspire as many people as possible to, even if you're not on a FIRE journey, like I mentioned, just being better, right? We just want to be better, wiser, smarter, so that we can achieve and attain all the things that we set ourselves out for. So that is the video, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below. Have you made any mistakes on your journeys? I love talking with you guys. Don't forget to like the video, share the video if you haven't, so we can get all this info out there. Subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I'll see you later, my investy besties. Bye bye.